Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be a part of the December 2022 release blog hub, and I have 3 projects to share with you today. I'm very excited about them. I mentioned this in the Simon Says Stamp reveal video over on their YouTube channel, but these 3 dies were designed by my daughter Bailey, so I'm extra proud and excited to use them today. And I love them. I love the graphic feel. Of course, I might have influenced her because I love them. Okay, so we got the thank you cover die, the joy to you, and the thankful. I'm going to start with the thank you. Okay, and I have all these delicious scraps of solid color cardstock. I'm taking the largest nested circle die in the Simon Says Stamp circle dies, and I'm going to die cut little arches. I am just eyeballing this. Nothing is measured, but first I die cut a little arch and then I die cut it again to make kind of a, rainbow arch, if you will. And I'm going to do this with each one of these scraps of solid color cardstock. Am I measuring? No, they're all going to be different thicknesses and I want it that way. I do not want it to be perfect. I just want it to be fun and colorful. Okay, so I had this idea, what if I put an arch and then die cut the panel into that? I thought, could it work? Let's give it a try. I always have these crazy zany ideas and sometimes they do not pan out. Okay, so I'm going to take a little tape runner. You could also use liquid glue, but I'm just using some tape runner and I'm going to slap these die cut arches on here. It's kind of like stripping it up, but on a little bit of a twist on the strip it up technique, which is one of my favorite things to do. And, it gives you that pop of rainbow, which is just like happiness on that panel of white cardstock. And once I get these all adhered, I'm going to take that thank you cover plate and die cut it right into this panel. Okay, so I stopped at green, could have added more, but I wanted to leave a lot of white space. So I stopped at green. Plus, it's kind of the holiday. Even this is not a holiday card, but you could use it for a holiday. But I feel like when you start with red and stop with green, I call it the holiday rainbow. But, live your life. Okay, so I'm popping out the innards. And there you have it. Now, I'm going to put a bunch of foam tape on the back of this and pop it up on a fog card base. Now, here's the dilemma. Do you put those innards in? I think they're actually called counters. All the innards into the letters. Sometimes I kind of like to leave it empty. My oldest daughter, Alex, insists that it looks better if you put them in. It's a controversy. At the end of the day, I put them in because I wanted to have that extra little green. And that was card number 1. That went by lickety split. So we're on to card number 2, Joy to You. Going to make this one a holiday one. But again, very simple. And I'm being thrifty and nifty. I'm using all those leftover scraps from the arches that I die cut. No cardstock goes to waste in this house, and you should see it. It's overflowing. I need to get a good system on how to organize my scraps because I really do use them, and I just have a horrid organization system going on right now. Okay, so I flipped this over. I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine flipped over. That way I could see all those pieces. I had one pass of white letters and I die cut it one more time to get another layer of white. So I'm going to stack up the 2 white layers, add the solid color cardstock. So that'll give you 3 layers. You know what we're doing? We're creating dimension. Ooh, got another new little jingle there. Okay, so I went through and stacked these all up. Is it tedious? You bet your bottom dollar. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And then what I'm going to do here is I trimmed a panel of white cardstock. That's the exact size of the Joy to You panel, which by the way is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And I love this panel size. Kathy Zulski knows what I'm talking about. It gives you a delicious border around your card base and it automatically just makes it look classy. So I use this die cut panel as a guide where to place all my stacked up letters. I'm using a little bit of liquid glue, being careful to use just a little bit of liquid glue. You don't want it to ooze out the sides. Stick on acrylic block, let it dry. Once it's dry, then remove that die cut panel out of there and you'll just have those letters perfectly spaced, perfectly dimensional. You've got the rainbow, the white space, again, another fog card base. Could you add more? You could, but do you need to? Heck no. But live your life, joy to you. This is, oh my gosh, sometimes the simplest cards end up being my most favorite. Bailey, you done good, girl. Okay, last one, thankful. Now this one lends itself great for the Thanksgiving season, but don't limit yourself to that. Okay, so I die cut that out of white. I'm taking the new, this is called the Highlight Heart, and I'm going to zhuzh it up. Die cutting this into a little doll pink cardstock. And then see how that heart just fits right in the center perfectly? I'm going to take my die, my thankful die, I flip it over, and I slap it down, flip it over again. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to center the heart on the panel here. I centered the heart on the panel. I went about it the most difficult way possible, but basically you just die cut that heart with the thankful, and then you cover it with tape runner or liquid glue, and you slap it on your panel, and it lines up snug as a bug in a rug. And it kind of just gives you that wow, like, ooh, how'd she do that? You know what I mean? I don't even know how this idea came to me, but it comes to me in the night. Little tiny sliver that needed to be fit right in there. And then now I needed something. I needed some extra color because just pink and white's not enough. Thought I'd add 3 shades of aqua to teal in there just to give it a little va-va-va-voom. And, you know, you could customize these colors if you wanted to make it more autumnal, if you are doing a Thanksgiving-ish theme card, but you don't have to only limit this die cut. You know, being thankful, so basically it's a thank you card. You know what I'm saying? And, there's that little leaf die cut opening there. You could cover that up with a heart or something else if you didn't want to have a leaf. I'm going to leave the leaf in there. I pop that up again. I'm going to take one of these sentiment strips. This is called the Reverse Thankful and Grateful sentiment strip, and I use one of the sentiment label dies to cut it out. Trim off the sides with my little mini Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer, little foam tape behind, pop it up, little sparkling clear sequins for a little embellishment, and this card is finished. Card number 3. Can you believe I did 3 cards? Normally I'm wiped out at 1, but because it's December and because Bailey knocked it out of the park, I had to just use all 3 of them. Make sure and check out the December release blog hop with Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.